It's really like it's really reassuring and actually fun, stressful but fun to see how
So random. The team is growing.
it's actually a lot of fun
There we
to
go.
get to grow another team. Like we were blessed enough and lucky enough to have an amazing team in Montreal, a team that is now standing on its own feet, that is able to take guidance from a distance. Obviously, there's like a process, you know, that we have to go through to be able to. So it was over a year now of a process for me to be able to spend more time in Austin and to develop the team here.
It's too fine. It's way too fine. I'm gonna bend it. Or even just a piece of wire. And I did have some wire. Trying to clean up a little bit the brush sander because we want to start sanding, and I just realized that there's not that much dust collection. So we have to clean it. Again, project takes projects.
So we're probably going to need another 2 people in the shop, which is going to happen in the next month or so. And then it's time to start adding to the design and drafting department, to product design and drafting. So probably from by mid-March to end of March, we're going to start adding to the office part of the team as well, which is exciting.
There we go. Let's see. Yeah, once I put the wire through, it starts sucking. There is air movement. It's only that there's about 1,000 of them. So I'm hoping that if we clear a few of them, maybe the rest, because there's more air movement, they're gonna clean themselves, hopefully. Dust under the conveyor belt. And there's some 1/16 of an inch air passages, and those are the dust collection actually. And there's about 1,000 of them. So I wouldn't stay and clean 1,000 of them, but I'm hoping that if I clean a few tens of them, maybe the rest are gonna clean themselves. As soon as I put the wire through, air starts moving. They're all strong, but this is super, super fine. Because we want to, and why we want to sand is because we want to spray. So we wanted to do a proper test where they're sanded by hand, then sanded by the brush sander, and then they go through the spray line. But we hit an impasse. No more dust collection for this, so but we'll get it done. I hear a lot of noise.
Oh, you're starting to hear it.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we do the same thing on the other side or not? Both bags are up now. Because how we noticed first is that the bags of the dust collector would not lift. They would stay like halfway up. So meaning there's not enough air movement. So now with whatever we did, and you can even hear it, there is air movement now. Let's see. Wait, what we could do, because it rubs on the top of your hands and it's rough. I'll get some, we could put some 2x4s.
On it,
So
right?
that, yeah, so that you keep it lifted. It's too big. There we go. There's so many of them. And I think, well, I'm gonna put a much more powerful dust collector unit on this. But for now, especially for today, we have to find a quick fix. And I think this will do it. If you have fixed the alarm, you can go quit alarm and it's gonna reset it. But if it's still present, it's still gonna say that there's an alarm. Here it says you what rotates. The
Yeah.
cup brushes are rotating with 125 RPM,
Uh-huh.
but the back brushes are not spinning. And also you have the dust cleaner all the way at the end.
Oh,
So we want to cancel all of those. So you can do anything because you're in load mode, right? So you're loading everything that has been preset. Now the program that you had, you can modify. Yeah, down, turn it off. Because when you have really, really good dust collection and on the top, because we need to put dust collection at the top as well. You have the cleaner that's at the end that's gonna actually take all the dust that's blown. We add a little bit more water to the primer to make it a bit more liquid. And we're gonna try it to see if we get a nicer fan. Like it's gonna spread out a little bit more even and slightly thinner. And instead of doing one coat with thick product, we might end up doing 2 coats with lightly more liquid primer. But we might have a lot of swelling. We don't know that. And that's why we're testing. And it's been what, 2 months already of testing? But we'll get it. There you go. So let's see. I think I put it on my face. I think. Ready?
Ready when you are.
Go. So now using a drip cup, we're timing how long it takes for the paint to completely drip out of this cup. And we started at the, what was 36, 37 seconds. We brought it down to 20 and we added a little bit of thicker paint now. Done.
22.
22, you see? So it went from 20 to 22. If I were to compare it with the solvent polyurethane that we're using in Montreal, it's a very big difference. Not for primer necessarily, but for top coat, it will be the difference between having small drips on the edge of a panel or not. So. Okay. Phew, this is tasty. Yum, yum, yum. I made this jig with a 3D printed part. I replaced the nozzle on one gun, and instead of spraying on the table, I shoot product through this hose in a container. And I make sure that I have the whole system primed with the new 22-second primer, not the 20-second that it was inside. There we go. Okay. So by doing this, now I'm certain that the system is all primed with what's in the container, that the product that we just weighed. Whoa. That's it. Soup is ready. You want to taste? Okay. You have to make sure that it's on automatic, otherwise it's not going to spray. You can put it on manual, so this button stops. This is the one that starts the whole cycle. You go to the little hand, manual, right? And then you can start the fan.
Then you can start the
stop,
belt.
yeah.
Then you can, yeah,
You
yeah.
can stop the top, the positive pressure fans that are on the inside and everything.
Yeah. Or you just
Same.
put it in.
The belt and start. Then you have the cleaning tray. Everything could be tested in manual. Just a little bit, because when we're gonna get to the final, just a little bit, to the final stages of the testing, we're gonna need a lot of pieces that have edges. And it doesn't matter what is on them as long as it's not bare MDF. Because we're gonna sand them and we're gonna go through the machine till we get the edge the way I know it should be. But that's like the final thing.
That's the final fine tuning.
Exactly. There's no use in trying to fine tune now the edges if I don't even know what product I'm gonna be using.
Right.
Right? 12. 14. Yeah, clearly.
Now
Yeah,
we
14.
turn the pressure down.
A little bit lower. No, 12. 12. So between 12 and 14. It's almost like it is 14.
But now it's really rewarding to see how we are adding team members and we are able to train them, and you see the excitement and you see the passion and you see like the pride that they take in learning and in showing like all the showing us all the improvements that they do on like from day to day, from week to week. So we're looking forward to the next few months where we have some very exciting, very nice projects coming our way. And some of them are going to be a collaboration between the Montreal team and the Austin team. And the Austin team is going to continue to grow and to try to find its basically own rhythm so that it can handle projects A to Z in the next probably couple of months.